Where are you from?
Atlanta, Georgia.
What was life like growing up in Atlanta, Georgia?
It was very interesting. I moved around a lot. I've actually lived in several different cities. I've lived in Smyrna. I've lived in Kennesaw, Ackworth, Marietta, not Rome. I live in Dallas, Paulding County, Cobb County. I think Fulton at one point. Not Fulton. I've moved a lot. I've moved a lot. Went from house to house, all that different kind of stuff, but with my family, so.
Were you an artistic child?
I was in middle school. I started playing a recorder, but before that, I used to just bang on shit. So like, when I was like little, I used to go in my grandma's pan cabinet under the stove and stuff like that, and I used to pull out the pots and the pans, and I used to like take the little spoons and stuff, and I used to bang on them and just go crazy, and I got in trouble a lot for it.
Wow. And so what inspired that? Do you come from a musical family?
I do. My mother sings and dances. She actually was dancing while she was pregnant with me, like consistently. And my grandmother, she was a singer in the church. My dad was a break dancer. He's from New York. He was a break dancer in New York. He went by the name Solid Static. And then my grandfather, he was in the church. He sung a little bit, but not too much. But yeah.
So do you feel like it was like in your blood to be an artist, basically?
For sure, like I definitely for sure. Like I've always been dancing. It's always been in my blood to be a creative. Now necessarily what kind of creative that was, I was never really sure. I just know I really liked music a lot. Like I said, I was in band. In middle school, I played a recorder. In like elementary. I played percussion in middle school. I was like in concert band and stuff like that. And I was also in chorus in 8th grade. And then I got to high school and I was in the marching band for all 4 years. And then people were telling me I should do like band in college, but I was like, nah, I don't want to do it. I don't want to do it because they get too competitive. So I was like, nah.
And so after high school, did you go to college?
Yeah, I'm actually in college right now. I go to KSU for my media and entertainment degree with a minor in accounting.
Oh, so you're basically using your major to further your career? Okay. All right, so I want to take it back a little bit. So at what point did you start recording music?
It was in high school. I saw that my boy is Kyler, or Summers Over as he goes by his new name. His name used to be King, then he changed it. And Alenzo, they were making music. And I didn't know they were making music. They had been making music for like 3-4 months, something like that. And I saw, I was like, you know what, I want to make, fuck it, like I want to try it. Like my niggas is doing, let me try. And so then I asked my boy Summers Over, I was like, hey, can I borrow a mic? He was like, yeah, I got an extra mic you can use because I didn't have a job, you know, stuff like that. So I was like, you have a mic I can borrow? He was like, yeah, I got you. So he gave me a Snowball USB. I had this little Dell laptop, plugged it into my laptop and the microphone in my laptop, loaded up Audacity, found some YouTube beat. I think it was like Lil Tecca. No, it was a Lil Yachty YouTube beat by Cash Money. Loaded on Audacity, and I like played it, and I tried to freestyle and it wasn't working, so I was like, okay, let me just wait. So then there was a bus ride home. I started writing. I would use like websites to help me rhyme and stuff like that, so because I couldn't really rhyme like that per se. So I got a bunch of websites to help me and stuff like that, and eventually I made my first song. I dropped it. Actually, if I look, I think I might have dropped it today, maybe the 5-year anniversary of me dropping it, if I look. Hold on, because I need to know this. I'm sorry. This is like in the middle of the interview. Let's see. when I dropped that bitch. Fuck, it doesn't tell you when you dropped it? Behind this track. Okay, so I have no idea when I dropped it. I knew it was in February. I don't know. I know it's early February, but yeah, I'm gearing to hit my 5-year mark of me making music. But yeah, that's how it went. And I dropped my first song called Sunshine.
How did your peers receive your drop?
They was like, yeah, this cool. You know what I'm saying? They was like, yeah, this is cool. You was rapping and talking about stuff. Especially my boys, you know, they really supported me. They was like, what? This is your first song? I was like, yeah. They was like, wow. Cause like I was rapping. Like I was trying to rap. I didn't really have a sound yet. I was just got a beat rapped. So, but I mean, they took it okay. I think I got like 10 plays, maybe 15, something like that. So.
And so your style has evolved from that time?
Drastically.
And why don't you rap anymore?
Okay, so from the first time I dropped my song, fast forward to me, okay, I've graduated high school and now I'm going to college, right? I'm at KSU, I'm on campus, and I joined this organization called Kennesaw Activities Boards. And so they do like events and all those different kinds of things for Kennesaw State, and they had a talent show coming up. And I was like, I'm an artist. So they was like, okay, do you want to perform? I was like, yeah, sure. So I had to go through the talent show process and all that kind of stuff. I didn't get like a upper hand or whatever because I was on the board. They was like, yeah, no, you have to like still go through the process. So I was like, bet. I made the auditions and I performed this song called On My Way and this other song called Slide. And that was my first time like performing my music ever. And so what I got from that was I had a lot of energy when I performed, like a lot of energy. Like I was jumping around, bouncing around, all that kind of stuff. And so Slide is like an R&B kind of song. Even people that I've known since high school, they still like that song to this day. They like, bro, I still play this song. It's one of your hardest songs. But I don't make music like that per se. But I was like, my music doesn't match me. My energy and my hyperactiveness or whatever you want to call it, it doesn't match. So when quarantine hit, I was like, I have to change my sound. Like, this is not working. Like, this is not going to work. I can't be hyperactive like this with like straight rapping because I'm going to run out of breath. And then I'm going to be sitting there looking stupid. So I was like, I got to change my sound. And so an artist that I really fell in love with as I like was making music was Trippie Redd. Like, I love Trippie Redd's music. And he's like one of my biggest inspirations. And so I was like, okay, so I found a Trippie Redd beat. I loaded it up into Logic because at this point I got more equipment. I have my own mic set up, all that kind of stuff. So I loaded it into Logic, and I was like, okay, I'm gonna sound like Trippie Redd. Cause like fuck it, like I know Trippie Redd's music matches my energy, so I'm gonna sound like Trippie Redd. So I made this song called Somewhere, which is still unreleased till this day. I don't think I'll ever drop that song, but that is the first song that I ever made with my sound now. And I've slowly been like progressing and changing my sound and trying new things and experimenting, but I pretty much have my sound now. So now it's to the point where it's like, okay, now I'm branching off into different things, just trying stuff to see what works and what doesn't. But yeah, it's been a drastic difference.
Yeah. And so after that first drop, did you receive any label attention? Like, what happened immediately after?
After I you talking about the first song that I've ever dropped?
Yeah, like after your first.
After my first, no, I didn't get any label attention or nothing like that. Since even like with my very first drop and then my first drop with my new sound, like I didn't get any attention, but I liked it though. Like I was like, I like this, so it didn't really matter to me as far as like plays and all that different kind of stuff. I was like, I love this music. Like this is me. Like I can tell it's me. I'm talking about my emotions and all that different kind of stuff. And so I was like, I fuck with this. Like I like this. So it didn't really dawn on me like, oh my God, I'm looking for labels or I hope somebody noticed me. It was just like, I got music out there that hopefully one day somebody will like, type shit. So.
Yeah. Do you want to sign with a label or do you want to remain independent?
I would like to remain independent. I actually want to start my own record label eventually. But I do want to remain independent. If I ever do sign though, I want to sign with a publishing deal. So that way I still get to keep most of my creative freedom, and you know, it's just a publishing deal, so they just get the publishing for it. But I still get the back end and the label push, is what people call it. So yeah.
Have you faced any challenges on your journey?
I've been through hell and back with this music shit. I have dead ass gone broke with this music shit. Like there's been about damn near 5 times that I wasn't able to pay my phone bill type shit, and my phone got cut off, or I missed a car payment or some shit, or barely missed a car payment because I was like, I need to get this slot because I have to perform at this show because such and such performing, or I have to get this beat because this beat is so fire or something like that. Like there's been a lot of challenges, and even just meeting people, I've been through some challenges with guys and girls. You know what I'm saying? Like I've been through life. Like my music career is dead ass my life. Like like my mom worries every time I go out, because she be like, you be out there with all them hooligans and whatnot and da-da-da-da-da, and they got guns and drugs and all that kind of stuff. And I was like, Mom, I'm straight. Like, I gotta get it. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, it's cool. I've definitely been through a lot of hardships. There's a point I lost my car and I couldn't go to any shows and stuff like that. There was one point where I like fell out. There was one point in my music career where I stopped making music because of a girl. Like, I was so hooked on her that I wasn't paying attention to my dream anymore type shit. And that really destroyed me. I was like, what the fuck? Like, I can never do that again. So I promised myself, I don't care what. Like, at that point, I was like, I'm never chasing a girl again. Like, I'm refused. Like, if she come and I'm like fucking with her, cool. But like, I was never to the point where I throw my career to the side just for a girl. So, but yeah, I've been through a lot.
And so, did you think she was the one? Like, why are you saying that you threw your career to the side?
I was spending a whole lot of time with her, like a lot, because I had liked her so much, and because I spent so much time with her, I never had time to work on my music. So there was a point, like, I didn't drop for like 6 months type shit. Yeah. I was like, and I would tell myself I'll never do that again, because of the fact that, like, I even have a song about how that happened, and it's just, and that it ironically helped me. It like pushed me to work on my music more. It pushed me to be a better artist. It pushed me to lock in more and really work on my sound, because I'm like, okay, I have to do this. Like, I put so much work, I put so much effort into this so far, and it made me realize, like, this is what I really want to do, because I was so hurt that I did that to myself.
Do you feel like it's possible for an artist to maintain a healthy relationship?
I do. I do feel like it is maintainable. You just have to have trust. Every relationship is built on trust and communication. If you don't communicate with that person, it's gonna fall apart. You have to communicate. I see with my parents all the time. Sometimes they don't communicate, sometimes they do, but in the times that they don't communicate, things happen. You know what I'm saying? Not like nothing crazy, like, oh my God, but no, like, they get into arguments. They may not talk to each other for a couple of days type shit, and I don't want that. You know what I'm saying? But an artist can have a relationship. It just has to be built on trust and communication.
Has your music career caused any conflicts in your personal life?
Yes, it has. I've actually I've done bad in school because of it, but it fazed me, but it didn't, because it's like I made progress. Like, it would have been different if, like, I didn't make any type of progress and I also did like bad in school. I'd have been like fuck, like, what the fuck, I just fucked up. But it's like, no, like, I made some progress in my career as a musician, whether it be musically, whether it be like outside doing shows, or whether it be on social media. Like, I made a good bit of progress when that did happen. So it was like, it's cool. But no, it affects my personal life. I'll be out late. I'll be out stupid late, like 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock in the morning type shit. But it's worth it, because I know I gotta get it now. And it'll be to the point where I don't have to worry about going to school. I don't have to worry about working a job. So it's like, I can stay out that late till 3, 4, 5 o'clock in the morning, and I can go to sleep, have a good night rest, wake up at like 11 o'clock, and go about my day because I don't have to wake up early for work or nothing like that. So it's cool though. I don't mind it because I gotta get it.
How does your family feel about your music career?
My family supports it 100%. My mom has been supporting me, especially from the jump. My Nana, I went to her house one day. It was me and my brothers, and this is like when I had just first started making music. I think I was probably like a few months in or something like that. And it was my older brother, me, and my little brother. And so she's a very spiritual person. She's a Christian. And so she sat us all in a room and she sat us down. She was like, I want to talk to y'all. And I was like, okay. And she was like, all of y'all are prophesied to be great one day. And I thought about it. I was like, great doing what? And so she sat us down. She was like, my older brother, she was like, you're supposed to be like an artist, like as far as like paintings and all that different kind of stuff. And she was like, Tsuname, you're supposed to be, she used my real name, but I'm not saying my real name. So she was like, you're supposed to be a musician. You're going to be a great musician one day. I know you're making your music. And then my little brother, he's an athletic one. He's the basketball player in our family. But she was like, all of y'all are prophesied to be great, da-da-da-da-da. But what my mom always tells me is faith comes with hard work. I think that's how she says it, meaning like you can have faith in what you do, but if you don't work hard, you're not going to get it. So I have faith that I can do this music stuff. I just have to work hard, which is what I've been doing. But, you know, my family supports me 100%. My brothers always be coming in there while I'm recording and screaming and stuff, and they be turning up with me, especially my little brother. My mom, she supports my career. She just be worried about me when I go out. My cousins support my career. My dad, he supports my career, even though he stayed real quiet about it. He don't say too much, but I know in the back end, he's like, he really wants you to make it, because he be telling my mom, and then my mom come back and tell me, she be like, your dad said that he's so proud of you, da-da-da. I'm like, why he just won't say that to me? Like, why he just won't tell me that? And he just has a hard time expressing his feelings, but I know that he wants me to make it, so I don't mind.
What inspires you to keep going?
Myself. I tell myself it doesn't matter. I don't care whether or not other people like my music, as long as I like it. So every song that I have ever made, I like it. I treat them as, I saw this like a post on Instagram or something. I think some artist said this, some bigger artist. I think Uzi said this or something like that. But he was like, I treat every song like my child. Like, I love each and every song that I make. So whether or not people like it or don't like it, I don't get discouraged, because I'm like, I just made that and I just dropped that and like 10 people fuck with it. So like, bet, let's keep going. Like, I don't let streams, I don't let feedback or nothing like that discourage me, because I know this is what I want to do. And I know that I just have to keep pushing and I have to keep going, and doors will open up, opportunities will open up for me. Like, I just got a huge ass cosign like fucking like a month ago. I can't speak on who, because like business is being oriented. I posted about it, but I don't want to speak on it, but business is being oriented. And so I know for a fact, like, I'm like, wow, like this person likes my music. I'm like, okay, bet. So I have to keep going at this point. So it's like little stuff like that, or big stuff like that, that helps me keep going. Or somebody's like, yo, I fuck with your music, da 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 da. Like, I had one person DM me. They were like, yeah, I was listening to your song. I always listen to it before I go into work. Like, it just helps me keep going. And like little stuff like that. Like, I make somebody's day. I help somebody get up and go to work so they can make that bread. Like, shit like that made me feel good inside. So I'm like, okay, bet, I have to keep going. I have to keep being me. I have to keep talking about my life, because there's other people out there that relate to it. There's other people out there that need that kind of boost or support, because yeah, a lot of music the industry is very saturated, and a lot of music is starting to sound the same, but nobody sounds the same, if you understand what I'm saying. Like, if you really make music and really talk about something, you're going to be different. You're going to stand out, because nobody can live the life that you live. My boy D, he told me this. He was like, you know why you're a rock star? He's like, you call yourself a rock star. He's like, but do you know why you're a rock star? I was like, because I have good performances, like like people love my performances. He was like, no, it's because you live your life. Only you can live your life. Nobody else can live the life you live. All them heartbreaks, all them hardships, all them times of you getting down like fuck, like what the hell, all these different kinds of things. Nobody else can do that but you. That's why you're a rock star. So I can't get discouraged at the end of the day.
Are you interested in any other art forms outside of music?
I draw a little bit. I would like to be a model for sure. I personally feel like I have the best smile in the underground, and I would debate that proudly. But I do want to be a model. I would like to start getting into producing at one point. I engineer my own music, but I do want to start getting into producing at one point. And try to come up with my own producer style or whatever. I'm trying to think. That's pretty much it. I want to get into clothes, fashion, probably, from me being a model. That's how I get myself into the fashion industry. And just try to design some clothes and stuff like that. That's it. Yeah, that's pretty much it.
What's your ultimate goal for your brand?
I know this sounds like cliche as fuck, but I would like to change the world, literally. Like I want to be the person that people look to and they're like, we like Wave or we like Tsuname because no matter what happened, he always kept a smile on his face and he always made sure that other people were good. And he put out so much good energy into the world that people are starting to receive it. And so many people want to be like Tsuname and so many people want to be like Wave that they change their outlook on life in a positive way. They change their outlook on life of, if I can do this, if I want to do this, I know I can do this. I just have to put my mind to it. I can't let nobody else lead me astray. I can't let nobody else tell me that I can't do it or you can't do that because you suck at it or da-da-da-da-da. Because like even if you suck at it, like I sucked at music. Honestly, like my quality was but I could rap a little bit, like that kind of stuff. So I really just want to change the world. That's what I want to do. That's why I feel like crazy. My name Tsuname popped up in my head randomly while I was at school. And now that I think about it, I feel like that's why that name popped up, because as you know, a tsunami, what does it do? It comes over and it like crashes on stuff. It takes over stuff. But I don't want to take over stuff in a negative way. I want to take over in a positive way. Good energy, putting it out into the world. So.
What's been the most memorable moment in your career so far?
Thank You for Dying. I think it was 6. I think 6. We was at Friction Studios. Shout out to P. Shout out from Back from Dead. But that was the first time I had ever crowd surfed. And that shit was crazy. Like I had all my niggas on the stage with me, and I had the mic, and they was like, my boy Rocket, he was like, you gotta crowd surf. I was like, what? He was like, you gotta do it, you gotta jump. And Chrome was right there, Lord Chrome, he was right there. I had Rockstar E-Man, I had Chrome, they was on the stage with me. I have a picture, I'm gonna pull it up. But, while I'm talking, but they were like, you gotta crowd surf, you gotta crowd surf. I was like, what? They was like, give me the mic. Chrome was like, give me the mic. He like jerked the mic out of my hand. He was like, go, go, go. And so when the beat dropped, the second beat drop on V-Lone played, I had jumped right when the beat dropped. And like niggas went stupid. Here, I got the picture right here.
Oh, that's crazy.
That's crazy. That's the first time I crowd surfed. Shout out to Liam, he took the picture, but there's Chrome. You see he has hyped up. There's Rocket. He hyped up as fucking, that's me screaming. This is like my favorite picture. Like, I love that fucking picture, but like, that was like a crazy moment for me. Yeah. Like I said, shout out for Back from Dead for Thank You for Dying. Shout out Rockstar E-Man. Shout out Lord Chrome. And my niggas for real.
Is there anyone out right now that you like to collab with?
So many people. So many people. I want to collab with this fuck nigga over here, Dio. Shout out Def D. Def by Dio. I want to collab with him. I want to collab with. This year I want to collab with more female artists. The Perk Princess, Tyler fucking J, Cherry Woods, Molly Santana, Nova, Rockstar Nova, Rari Kari, Muddy Maya. Like, there's a lot of female artists I want to collaborate with because I feel like a female artists don't get enough love, and niggas just trying to fuck them, and I feel like that's whack. Why are you just trying to they're artists, work with them? But I want to work with them. Some higher ups I want to work with. Not too high up, but some higher ups. I want to work with like Sofago, DC the Don. A lot of people say I sound like DC the Don in my music, which is a compliment because that nigga hard as fuck. I want to work with Sofago. I feel like we could really get good chemistry in our music because of how melodic he is, and I'm getting there, but he's like super melodic with his shit, so I like his. And probably Cochise as far as like turning up music. But them people, and then like higher ups, like fucking mainstream niggas, Uzi, Trippy. I'm trying to think. I slick want to hop on a glow beat. I slick want a song produced by Chief Keef. I'm not gonna lie to you, that would be crazy. I feel like I could murder a glow beat if I really work on it, really get in that. I feel like I could murder a glow beat. But yeah, and then some of my young niggas like Kid Moth, shout out to him. He in North Carolina. He a young nigga. I want to work with him. We supposed to be working on a collab tape soon. I want to work with more of the people in my camp. Lord Chrome, Young Baby Scoop, Blanco, Telly, especially Telly. Don't tell nobody, but Telly may be on the V-Lone remix. There may be a V-Lone remix coming soon. He may hop on that.
And what's your camp?
My camp is comprised of multiple camps. Set, Pack, 99 Cent Club, the locals. Shit, it's a whole lot of us. We are taking over Atlanta. I don't care what nobody say. We can debate about it, whatever you want. We are taking fucking over Atlanta, and niggas is gonna know us by the end of the year for sure.
Do you think that it's essential for an artist to sort of have like a group of people in order to be successful today?
Yes. I actually just recently became the part of the media team, 99 Cent Club. I just recently became one of their artists. So basically now I have a media team with me to be at my shows. That means I gotta call people like, oh, can you make it to my show? Da 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 da. Or no, I'm already booked. Or can you come and record video for my show? No, I'm booked for that day. Like, I have a media team, so I'm first priority on their list. If they have something like way out booked or something like that, then yeah. But I'm first priority on their list. I have people, some underground pages that I'm been like over social media that I've really been networking with. Underground Sound, Underground Hit List, Off Record Sound, Welcome to the Underground. I'm trying to think. I think there's one more. Milky Underground. All those underground pages, I'm tapped in with them. I don't get free shit, but they like fuck with me on prices and shit like that. Because I network, I vibe. I really just be vibing with people. But it is very important to have people on your side. It's very important to have a team, because you can only do so much by yourself. Like, if I'm performing, I can't take pictures of myself. If I'm performing, I can take a video, like I can set it to the side or something and have it recorded, but like I can't take pictures of myself, you know what I'm saying? I can't record myself. You know, it's important to have people, not only just to help you, but to help them. You know what I'm saying? Because you never know what you can learn from somebody else. You never know what somebody else could provide for you. So it's always good to network and really just collab with people. That's why I said I'm trying to bring good energy into the world. I'm trying to change the world, because people be like trying to back in people and stab people in the back, and that's not fucking cool. That shit lame. That you don't get cool points for backstabbing people. You're not a cool person for doing that. You're lame as fuck, and I will stand on that. So, but all my niggas cool. Like, we may beef and we gonna fall out for sure, but like, we don't backstab each other. You see what I'm saying? Nothing is like I'm about to backstab this person and intentionally hurt this person. There's been a couple times where we have out loud, like if I wanted to, like yeah, I could have backstabbed you. Da da da. We've said that to each other, but we say that to each other to know like let you know like we're not gonna do it because why we fuck with you. Like it's like damn, like it's almost to the point where like
For someone watching this who aspires to do what you do, what advice would you have for them?
Never let nobody tell you that you can't do it. Never let nobody tell you that you not cool. Never let nobody, well, okay, not you not cool, because if you do like weird shit, you're a lame nigga. You're not cool. But always make sure that you love what you're doing. Whether it's art, whether it's being an engineer, whether it's being a freaking librarian, whether it's being a goddamn accountant, whether it's starting your own business, whether it's you freaking working at McDonald's. If you want to freaking work at McDonald's and become a manager, by all means do that. Like, just don't let nobody tell you otherwise. If that's what you want to fucking put your mind to, then do that. Do I recommend it? No, because you don't get no money out of McDonald's. I'm just be real, you don't get no money. Unless they went up on wages, I don't know. But don't always love what you do at the end of the day. Make sure that you love what you do. Make sure that you go to sleep like, yeah, I did that. I like that. Because at the end of the day, when you pass or when you go on, when you leave, you have to be satisfied with your life. You have to be satisfied with, I lived a good life. You know what I'm saying? I did what I wanted to do. I did what I love to do, and it's not like I was miserable, like, ugh, I don't want to do this every single day. No, you're waking up like, all right, bet, let's get to the bag. Whether that bag may be big or small, it's a bag that you love to do. So